Hello, my crafty friends. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Tina Kerbergich. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can't say that name, that's totally okay. You can always call me Northern Stamper. If you wish to reach me, you can drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I am so excited to be here today, and we are going to be making a a card using the Delicate Dreams DSP. I am very excited to do this. Sorry, hold on. And one of the things I wanted to point out, even though this DSP is on back order until April the 27th, it doesn't mean that you can't craft along with me. You can save this video or watch it on YouTube and create the card when you're ready, or go into your stash of designer series paper and pull up some pretty paper that you like and craft along. So I do suggest that you watch the video first and then um, create the card afterwards. So Delicate Dreams is coming April the 27th. This is actually very, very pretty paper, but then Stampin' Up always does gorgeous paper. I'm very excited for the new paper that's coming out in April, May in the next catalog. That paper looks fantastic too, and I've got some ideas on what I'm going to do, and I can order the paper starting tomorrow because I'm a demonstrator. I'm very excited about that. Um, so it is going to be great. I'm just going to put this off to the side for a second. What I wanted to show you is this weekend, or this whole week, has been very exciting. Um, there was a wedding, as you know, and what I had done is created some thank you cards for my daughter-in-law and son-in-law, my son and daughter-in-law, to hand out. And just in time came the paper pumpkin, and this paper pumpkin turned out to be fantastic. So I created them um, with they were more of a kind of a thank you kind of card. So there we go. Let's look at that. They turned out really great. So these I was able to create very, very quickly. And what I decided to do is, yes, I added my favorite gold ribbon. I am running out of that, so I have to see if I can somehow score some more of that. But what I did is I wanted to show you, I just slathered on the Wink of Stella. Let's see if we can find that. I just on the hummingbirds. I just slathered on the Wink of Stella. It looks great, very shiny. And I think these are perfect for them to send for thank yous for the wedding and the gifts. They are fantastic. So the paper pumpkins are really, really great. And I'm actually, excuse me, looking forward to the next paper pumpkin that comes out. It's called Lakeside Retreat, and it's going to be aimed at guy cards, which I think is very, very exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. If you would like a paper pumpkin, let me know. You could drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com, and we can figure out how to get you a kit. They are actually fantastic. And what I love about it is everything is included. And I usually like to make card alternatives, tweaking it just a little bit. So that's what I like to do with the kits. And I got some kits that I've got that I just received, and I made some gorgeous cards. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a Radiant kit, and I made 6 stunning cards, and we're going to be doing an in-house crafting on that. Last night was so much fun. I got to tell you what happened. So last night, my son and my future daughter-in-law, so I guess I have a second wedding coming up in 2 months. And what did is we sat down and we did invitations. And so I made my son and my daughter-in-law stamp. So they created their invitations. So I made them stamp and glue. So my future daughter-in-law was doing the stamping, and she did a really great job. And but I had to teach my son how to glue, and then we quickly took that job away from him because I don't know if you can tell, but let's see if we can see it. There is glue. I don't know if you can see, there's glue like all the way across here. There's glue here, and glue here, glue here, all the way. It is, came out the sides. And so we quickly took that job away from him, and he ended up, stamping envelopes. And then he went a little crazy on the envelopes. And there were some envelopes that were just stamped like crazy, like bejeebies out of it. So I think he went a little crazy on the stamping. That was just too funny. Anyways, we had a great time last night. I will show a picture. Oh, the glue's not showing up. Okay, let's see if we can do this. There it is. There, a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm gonna post a picture later this week of them crafting their cards. It was so much fun, and I think my son got a real kick out of crafting. And so that was so much fun. I was really happy about that. So let me know if you're ready. Give me a thumbs up or a little heart emoji, and we're going to get started. If you have any questions, my name is Tina Kavergich. If you find anything that you like, I'd be happy if you could shop with me, because when you shop with me, I will send you a PDF using the Notes of Spring stamp set, which I absolutely love. Small stamp set, but oh my goodness, it is absolutely fantastic. You can always drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. So let's get started. Okay, for this card, what you're going to need, I know I was going to try and post the dimensions a little earlier, but time got away from me. This is the card base. So this is just a plain card base, no fold or anything. And it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that is the card base itself. Okay, and we're going to be building off this. All right, so let's put that there. Okay, put that here. You are going to be needing another card cardstock piece, and this is 10 1/2 by 4 and by 4 inches. Okay, so you need that. And actually, I just realized I need another piece. So I just realized I needed another piece. So this is 10 1/2 by 4. Okay, so that's one. Okay, and I will show you where to score that. Okay, grab another piece of cardstock, and oops, it's out of focus. And I'm going to show you the dimensions on this one too. So we will do this one. I just literally just realized I need another piece. So that's why it has no dimensions on it. But I will go slowly through this with you. Okay, so grab another piece. Now this is crumb cake. So I got crumb cake here. Okay, right? Now you're going to get your designer series paper. Let's move this over. And the designer series paper is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so it's going to be smaller than the card base, and it's going to be smaller than the crumb cake piece. Okay, and we're going to be using this. That's why you need it 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, you also need some scraps of paper. We have white. Okay, the scrap of white. We're going to do some stamping and punching on this one, and a night of navy. So I have a scrap here. So a scrap of white and a scrap of navy. Okay, you got that. Now we also for ink, the color I'm going to pull in is night of navy, because even though, oh, I guess I could use Secret Sea, because that's actually Secret Sea. But I'm using Night of Navy because I'm pairing that with the card base. Uh-oh, we have a visitor. We have a visitor. Willow. Keep going, Willow. Sorry about that. I think she's trying to tell me something. So I have the Night of Navy to pull in the darker colors on the DSP and to match it to the card base. Oh, we are out of focus. Hold on. It was the cat. The cat came by and did something to the camera. Hold on. Let's try and look. There we go. There we go. Is that in focus? Come on. I think it's trying to focus on something else. Come on. I do apologize. Sometimes this autofocus does not like to autofocus correctly. And when the cat came by, she kind of set off the camera a little bit. So our Night of Navy we have here. I also, what I decided to do is I went in my stash and I pulled out one of my all-time favorite. Now this is so old. Comment below if you have this. This is a really old stamp set. Daisy Lane. And now I love this because it has the daisies in here and I have the coordinating punch. And we're going to be using that. We're going to be using the punch and this large daisy. You could always use the little one, or if you have any other flowers, you can use that too. But I love this stamp set. I love the little fern and the flowers and the sentiments. So this daisy one here is we're going to be using. So comment below if you still have this Daisy Lane. I should have put the year I purchased this. This has got to be at least, I don't know, 6 years old now. Oh my goodness, something like that. Anyway, that's what we're going to be using. So those are the items. And what I'm going to do, let's get these off to the side. Okay. Oh, Miriam has the punch and the stamp set. And we're going to be using the crumb cake. Okay, so we're going to start with the crumb cake. So this is 10.5 by 4. All right, so what we're going to do is you are just going to score that at the 5 1/4. So I should make a little note, 5 1/4. Where is my thing? You're going to score it just in half. So it should be 5 1/4. So we're going to score that. So you have that piece there. So if I have 10.5 by 4, half of that should be 5 1/4. Let's just double check. And it is 5 1/4. Okay, so that's this piece. So it's just already scored like that. Okay, so that's the crumb cake. Now this piece, we needed an extra one, right? So remember, it was 4 inches wide. Oops, can't see that. 4 inches wide. So this is going to be 4 inches wide. All right, so 4 inches wide. Okay, and what I want to do is I need to have it longer than 5 1/4. So this is, let's take a look. This is 5 1/2, 5 1/2 tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. So 5 1/2 tall, that's this way. Oh, it would help if I had the numbers on it. 5 1/2 tall by 4 inches wide, which matches this. Okay, so let's get our trimmer and we're going to cut this to 4 inches wide. All right. I do apologize. I guess I just was so excited getting this card ready. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this and I'm going to score it. I'm going to score it at 5 1/4. So I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put it at 5 1/4. Let's get that blade out of the way. Otherwise, we're going to make a mistake and cut it. And I'm just going to score it at 5 1/4. Okay. There we go. Oh, don't put your trimmer away yet. We need to do more cutting. So that is 5 1/4 here, right? Just like that. I'm just going to fold that over. So this is going to be a fold, and actually it will go up and down like this, okay? What we're going to do next, so now we have these pieces like this, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one piece. I'm going to take this long one that's 10 1/2 by 4, and I'm going to take my trimmer, and I'm going to cut from the top right, okay, the top right to the bottom. Whoops, would help if you could see. Top right. See, there's the score line right here. Okay, we got the score line. I'm going to cut from the top right to the bottom left. And we're going to do an angle cut like that. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here. So there's the score line. I'm going to put that in the gutter, the cutting gutter right there. And I'm going to move this bottom part to the point in there. Oops. Let me see. I need more space. Okay. And all I'm going to do is cut straight down. Okay. So it's going to create an angle on this card. You see the angle on the card here? Just like that. All right. There we go. Okay. That's one piece. Now remember that second piece that I forgot to add? I'm going to do the exact same thing, but because this is a piece, I can always flip it back and forth. So if I make a mistake, that's okay. I can flip it. But what I want to do is, because this piece is going to go like this, I want it now to go from, so there's the fold on the bottom. Okay, I got the fold on the bottom. So I did this so that I know exactly which way it is. So I'm going to go to the top left this time, the top left, because the little fold is on the bottom, very important. Top left, okay, is going in the gutter here and down to the fold line, which is, whoops, the fold line. Here's the fold line, and that's right in the gutter. There we go, line it up, point, and we're going to be cutting on an angle. Okay, so I have it like a little triangle. So let's take a look. Let's bring in our other piece. So there's one piece. Got it like that. So this is going to fit on here, and we will tape it or glue it down in a minute. So there we go. Look at that. Okay. It's going to sit like that. Okay. Just like that. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to glue this little piece down. Okay. Let's do that. 1 second. I'm just going to put that away. Oh, we're falling apart here. All right. So I'm going to take that. So there's the flap. I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to get some adhesive, and I'm just going to put it on that little flat piece. Let's see if this works. There we go. And I'm going to put it on the back of this. Okay, let's go like this so I can see where it goes. And I'm going to line it up and carefully. Hello, Willow. Hello, Willow. Oh, yes, Willow's very interested. So, and I'm going to have it so it folds over like this. So it's kind of like 1 and 2. Okay, there we go. Got it like that. Right? This is coming together very nicely. Oops. This would help if I had stuck better. And what I'm going to do actually is, before I want to glue this onto the card base, but before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So in this open space, I am going to put a sentiment, and I'm going to look in here, and I'm just going to use this one that says smile. There we go. Do I have it? Just going to use that one, and I'm going to put it on a little block. And the reason I'm stamping it first is because if I don't want to get too many layers down, and then it won't stamp properly. Okay, so let's ink that up. So I put the stamp on, and I can double check to see where it is, and I kind of want it roughly in the middle. I'm going to ink it up with the navy, and I'm just going to stamp straight up and down, just like that. There we go. Now you can kind of see where it is. Okay, now that I have that stamped, I am actually now going to glue this piece. See how, whoops, out of focus again. There we go. I'm going to glue this down. Whoops. There we go. Let's see how this works. There we go. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you're joining live or if you are joining on repeat. I'd love to know. So there is my card base. Okay. And I'm just going to glue this down. I've added some glue, and I'm going to just glue it down. Nice edge all the way around. Okay. There we go. There we go. So we can see just like that. Now, what I want to do is the piece of designer series paper is going to go on top of this, okay? And you're going to see if I just lay the piece of designer series paper, it is smaller than the crumb cake. And you can see that from the edge all the way around. See, edge all the way around, okay? Very important. You can always double check by just laying it on top and then cutting, okay? So 3 3/4 by 5, okay? What I'm going to do is take my trimmer again. Now remember which way that it was angle cut, right? So we're going to take a look. We're going to follow that same angle. So top right is in here. Bottom left, going to take our DSP. And we are, whoops, it shifted. And we are going to angle cut this piece of designer series paper. Okay, so we have 2 triangles. Let's get that off. Oops. Get that off there. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. All right. Move that out of the way. We have our 2 triangle pieces. Okay. And if I just lay it down, I have one that fits on top here. Okay. That's that one. Now this one, because it's cut the other way, doesn't fit. So what I'm going to do is flip it over, and I'm going to use the back, open this up, and lay it on the inside, on that inside triangle, like so. Huh, look at that, how it's coming together. So let's glue this down. I'm going to start with the inside. So that's the other side. Add a little bit of glue. Comment which glue you like to use. We know my son cannot use liquid glue, so he is off glue duty. So it was so much fun having them stamp away. They really had a lot of fun. I got to show you the envelope. I'll post a picture of the envelope that he did. So there's that, the back side, and double check, make sure you're gluing the correct side down. Okay, and I'm going to glue this and that. Okay, add a little, there we go. We're going to add that on top. There's a little edge all the way around. Oops, little crooked. There we go. So this is coming together. Look how it's coming together. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Okay, here you go. And all we have to do now is just add a little bit. We already have our sentiment stamped on here, so all we need to do is get our scrap paper. And what we're going to do is get the ink. There we go. Let's move that over there. We get the ink, and we're going to stamp. I'm going to stamp 2 on the white, and then I'm going to punch out 2 in the navy, because stamping on the navy you won't quite see so much. So we're going to stamp 2 of these flowers in Night of Navy with this old Daisy Lane stamp set. Had it forever. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm excited. They got new punches coming out in the next catalog. Getting some ideas. I can start ordering tomorrow. Demonstrators can start ordering tomorrow. Oh my goodness. And that's why I love stamping. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I have 2 of those, and I'm going to get my punch. And I'm going to punch them out. Sometimes I forget why I love stamping so much until I actually stamp something and it turns out to be absolutely fantastic. Punch 1. And we're going to punch the second one. Right, get that in there. Line it up. Okay. And the second one. So we got 2 daisies, right? Now remember we had the Night of Navy cardstock. We're going to punch 2 out on this one. Oh, gets stuck, so we'll just punch that out. There we go. And another one. There we go. and we're going to assemble them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one, and I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm also going to take a dimensional in between. So what I'm going to do is take a glue dot, and what's going to happen is I'm going to put it on the back of one daisy, okay, on the back, and I'm going to take the Night of Navy and create kind of like a shadow. So if I go straight on, you won't see it, but if I twist it just a little bit, you'll see a shadow. Twisting it just a little bit. And I'm going to take a dimensional, put it between the flowers. There we go. Peel that off. And I'm going to take my second daisy that I punched, this one here. I'm going to take that, and in the spaces that are in between, I'm going to lay that in there, right? Just like that. And then I'm going to take another glue dot, and I'm going to put it on the daisy, the shadow, and I'm going to put it on that second one, just a little bit past. There we go. So it feels like a full flower, so you can kind of see some of the shadows going around. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to glue it on the front. And do I have any ribbon close by? I'm going to grab some ribbon. I'm just going to grab what I have close by and use that. So it is going to be, what are we going to use? Grab something, grab something, grab something. I'm going to grab a piece of white. This is an old piece of white ribbon. And I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm going to cut it in half. And we're going to loop it. Loop-de-loop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Willow's on her way over. She sees the ribbon. No Willow. Okay, I'm going to loop it a little bit just to give it some design at the back. She's eyeing my ribbon. She's coming for me. Okay, place it on the back just like that. Just a little loop. You can kind of see it there. There we go. Just peeking out. Okay, and all we're going to do is add a little bit more glue. And we're going to put it on this spot here on the front. Down a little bit more, kind of just like that. Oh my goodness, look at that. You can add more ribbon. Just make sure you don't glue the petals closed, right? Very important. And let's grab some embellishments. What have I got here sitting on my desk for embellishments? I got these little ladybugs. Oh, you know what? I can add a little ladybug if I want, but I think it kind of doesn't quite match. Should I do ladybugs? There we go. Should I do ladybugs? Or should I do these white pearls? I'm not exactly sure which one would go better. So let me know which one you would like on this card. Okay, and we will go with that. Okay, let's see. I'm not really sure which one I should do. I shall wait. Who's typing? I hope somebody's typing. Looks great. Sharon likes the look of it, but we still need to finish with embellishments. Oh, in the meantime, we could always do some Winkastella. No ladybugs, she says. Okay, no ladybugs. Let's add a little bit of Winkastella. Because I stamped this, I have to be very careful with the Winkastella because it will kind of pull the color. So all I'm doing is just dotting it. And you can see if it's pulling a little bit of the color around. So I'm trying not to like use it like a paintbrush, but I am just dotting along. Okay, do a little bit of that. Okay, let's add some pearls. Okay, and we'll add a little bit here and a little bit here. Just be careful with the Winkastella on the ink. Oops. Because it will pull it like a paintbrush, and you don't want to mess up your ink colors like that. Oh, there we go. And we can keep adding more if we want. There we go. There, side, and our card is finished. Oh my goodness, that turned out great. I love that. Looks really nice. Look at the coloring on that. I just love it. Looks all great. Oh, Willow's coming over to check it out. Willow, she's going for the camera. Oh, that turns out, and you can still have a space to write your sentiment. I like it how the sentiment is kind of peeking through. And we use some of our old items that we have sitting on our shelf. Let me know what you think. I just love this design. I am very excited. I love this paper. And sadly, like I said, remember April the 27th, you can get it. It should be in back order until April 27th. Or if you want, drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com and I will keep an eye out to see if it's coming in any earlier and let you know. I just love this. This turned out really great. Oh, what a great card. So simple. So let me know what you think of this card in the comments. Should we make it in other colors? Should we make it with different designer series paper? I'd love to hear what you think. So hopefully that has inspired you to look at your crafts and see what you can make. Anyways, ladies, have a great day and we will see you next time. Take care.